Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome back to Retro Select, a series of quick looks at retro games I feel like playing. Today's game is Star Force, which was a 1984 release from Tehkan, who would later become Tecmo, and now Koei Tecmo. I became curious about this game after covering Plutos on the Atari ST A to Z series, since that was supposedly an homage to it. And Star Force was clearly a pretty influential shoot-'em-up on many developers in the 8 and 16-bit spaces, because not only can its influence be very clearly felt in Plutos, but also if you look back at games like Warhawk on the Atari 8-bit, it's clear that they were also heavily inspired by Star Force as well. Now, besides influencing a bunch of home computer developers who wanted to rip it off, it's also regarded as a defining title in a very specific kind of shoot-'em-up, which was subsequently continued by Hudson Soft with their Star Soldier series. So let's go see where that all began. Let's go play Star Force. Okay, here we are with Star Force from Koei Tecmo, formerly Tehkan. As usual, we're going to play the high score mode in this because it's a good way to play this game. And yeah, this is the Arcade Archives release for Nintendo Switch, also available on PS4, I believe. Right, let us begin. So yeah, the reason I first picked this up is while I was researching Plutos for the Atari ST A to Z series, this game came up, and I'd not played it before. So I downloaded it and gave it a go, and I ended up really liking it. So yeah, this is a really fun shoot 'em up, but also it's become very apparent since I started playing this that there were a lot of people at the time who ripped this off pretty shamelessly. And you'll see that in a variety of different ways. First of all, the whole aesthetic is very similar to Plutos, as you can see, with the sort of combination of destroying the ground installations and the flying enemies. But the reason I brought up Warhawk is because Warhawk is also a clone of this. And I never knew this before. At least I don't think. This is where I go back to my old video and find that I mentioned it already. But yeah, Warhawk is very much a clone of this, and you can see that particularly through the enemy formations. Because the way the enemy formations in this are sort of independent of the stage background, that's very much what Warhawk did. And you'll see there's some attack patterns that were lifted straight out of this and put into Warhawk. Now here we have the end of level boss. It's not quite the same as the one in Plutos, where you have to shoot out the eyes and make the eyes must not see. But the whole sort of, here's a platform with a thing on it that you need to shoot is very similar. And then there's a strong emphasis on acquiring bonuses in this game to get big scores. You'll see that there's lowercase and uppercase B's scattered throughout the levels. And the more of those you shoot, the bigger the... bollocks. The more of those you shoot, the bigger bonus you get at the end of the level. So you get a huge bonus if you manage to hit all of them over the course of a single level. And if you miss one or two, you get a slightly smaller bonus. And if you miss any more than that, I don't think you get any bonus at all. But yeah, obviously the aim is to learn the level to such a degree that you know where all of the B's are and can score those bonuses accordingly. Yeah, then you just saw a little bit where you could sort of take a chance on a sort of almost slot machine type thing and earn extra lives. That was used in Plutos. And you've seen a couple of times now we've acquired the one and only power-up in this game, which basically bolts on a bit to the back of your ship and allows you to fire twice as quickly as normal. This enemy formation, this is that's in Warhawk in almost that exact form. Like, even the enemy sprites are the same shape. Different size, much lower resolution, yes, but oh dear, I'm out of practice. Yeah, different resolution, so they're much larger sprites in Warhawk because the whole thing is running in a very large pixeled graphics mode on the Atari 8-bit. But yeah, if you've played both, the similarities will be very obvious indeed. The other bonus thing you can get, which I haven't 100% worked out what the entire purpose is of yet, is the little H things that you can see occasionally pop up. I think those are just hidden bonuses that you just get points for if you reveal them and shoot them. Because there doesn't seem to be an end level bonus for how many of them you got or anything like that. But maybe there is if you shoot all of them or something. If there is, I haven't got that. Right, now one of the interesting things about this game is its structure. Because its levels are not a set length. Whoops. Instead, the mid-boss and end-boss are triggered by how many things you've shot. So depending on how well or poorly you're doing, you may find this boss here showing up earlier or later in different playthroughs. And I suspect if you really want to optimize your score, you need to figure out how to take full advantage of that. But as you can see, just simple survival is challenging enough at the moment, so there's the power-up. And for the entire duration of that power-up, which lasts until you lose a life, you get this lovely jolly piece of music as an extra life. Oh no! Yeah, what you need to do to succeed in this game is learn how the different enemy formations behave, because each of them have a unique behaviour pattern. And you just need to determine the best way to handle them. In order to succeed. Some of them are much easier to deal with than others. So any of the... Oh no! So any of the ones that sort of home in on your position are obviously much more challenging to deal with than the ones that just follow a set pattern down the screen. Like, these ones are nasty because they wait until they're on the same horizontal line as you and then fly across the screen. Those are the ones that sort of really stick out in my mind as being from Warhawk. Whoops. These ones sort of swoop around the screen. One of the main ways that each level gets more difficult is that the shot patterns from those same enemy patterns get a bit more intense. It introduces a few more enemy formations, but for the most part, the main difficulty that you're dealing with is more bullets. Okay, on to the third stage, Gamma area. You see that there's some repeated scenery from stage to stage, but then I think there's also an element of random generation as well, because the levels are sort of split up into these floating islands, basically. So currently we're on the green floating island. No! And again, you can learn what is on each coloured island and use that to sort of inform how you play. As you can see, I've played this a fair bit. And I've done much better than I have done in these... but it's been a couple of weeks since I played this. I'm a little bit out of practice. Let's have another go, though. I'm sure I will recover the ability. And in the meantime, let's have a swig of Pepsi. Good stuff. Refueled. Let's go again. And that's how this game works. It's really simple. So there's no bombs or anything. There's no special weapons. The only power up is that rapid fire one that we've seen. But I really like this. It's a really fun shoot 'em up. I think precisely because it doesn't try to do too much. It's tricky and it's challenging, but it's not overwhelming. And it's one of those games that if you just spend a bit of time playing, you can feel yourself getting better at it. You can feel your own skills improving remarkably quickly. You learn what to watch out for when you're dealing with certain enemy abilities. You learn the cues for things to watch out during the levels. And yeah, hopefully you can see even from my own few playthroughs here that I'm already doing a lot better than I have done in my previous goes. Ooh, excuse me. And we are double perfect. 20,000 points. And an extra life for hitting 50,000 points. I think there's another extra life at 200,000 points, if I remember rightly, but those are the only 2 extra life you can get besides the ones from the sort of slot machine thing. This thing. So yeah, make them count. So you're not doing too bad this time around. And again, just dodge your way around those bullets. Be prepared to deal with the various enemy formations as they come up. In a way, it is ideally... No! Ooh, that was close. Is ideally not going to murder you horribly. And you'll be fine. You see, there... Because we didn't lose a life on that level, the layout of that second level was very different to the other times we played it. Another double perfect, very nice indeed. I'm getting my groove back. This is where it tends to go horribly wrong though. I have made it to level 4 quite a few times. But beyond that, I tend to... Ooh, no. I thought I was going to be clever there, but I was not. Yeah, I tend to sort of hit a wall around this point. It's one of those games where tension is a huge part of the gameplay. If you relax into this game and just pay careful attention to what is going on, then you'll be fine. That was a bad example. Oh, piss. But you get the idea. Oh, I hate these things. They divide and take loads of hits to kill. And I missed a bonus because of them. How rude. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, that was nasty. But we made it out. We made it to the boss. And you see, like the enemy patterns, the bosses don't really change. Again, the only difference is that those 2 gun turrets either side of it will fire more intensely with each passing level. So each new level you reach, they will fire more frequent. No! They will fire more frequently and pose more of a threat.
it's all going horribly wrong, but I'm getting quite close to my high score. That's pleasing. These enemies, these exact enemies are used in Plutos. Alright, watch out for the fragments. No, that was actually alright in the end, but still unwise. Oh god. Oh god. Extra life! Oh no, there goes my extra life. But I'm just behind my high score. Can I make it? Can I make it? Can I beat myself? 200 points. Oh no. Another one of these things. Don't couple yourself with the horrible enemies again. There we go, I beat my high score. That's made it all worthwhile. Of course, I have no more lives left. Oh, it's the boss though. I actually make it further than I've ever got before in this game. That's exciting. Right, die, Greek letter. Oh no! That's the most frustrating game over I think I've ever had in any game ever. Oh, that's annoying. That's so annoying. Oh my god. Right. Well, let's update the online rankings and see where I am now. Yes, I most certainly want to update the online rankings. Where am I? 325th. And the top score is obscene. Okay. Now, one thing about this game is there are loads of hidden bonuses that you can use to get those obscene scores relatively easily. But most of them are implemented in an almost sort of Easter egg style way, so you need to know the triggers to watch out for and how to take advantage of them. And I've read up on a few of them, but I haven't been able to successfully execute any of them yet. Like, the big one, I think, is there's a purple island that has, like, a fossil on it. And if you shoot on the opposite side of the platform of that fossil at the right time, you'll reveal a Cleopatra and get, like, 1,000,000 points or something. Also, there's something to do with shooting this mini-boss at the exact perfect time. Like, when it flashes white. But I've never been able to time that properly because it's really difficult to do with the other enemies that are incoming at that time. Oh, double perfect. Alright, onwards. Yeah, I really like this game. I was curious to check it out, but I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I do. Because I was expecting it to be just a sort of throwaway curiosity that I play maybe once or twice and then be like, oh, okay. That's fine, I get what that is now. But no, I found myself coming back to this time and time again. When I'm in the mood for a retro shooter, I find myself more often than not reaching for this. And that's why having it as one of the Arcade Archives releases on the Switch is really nice, because it's a very small-sized digital download that I can easily just keep on the Switch at all times. And not have to worry about it eating up loads of storage space. So I can just have this on hand whenever I feel like it. Which is nice. That is one of the reasons why I say that the Switch is actually one of the best retro gaming consoles out there. Because at this point, there's such a great library of games available for it. Real classics. And a bunch of interesting obscurities as well. So the Arcade Archives release is full of really intriguing games that you've never heard of, along with a bunch of classics as well. So across the complete series, you could play stuff like the arcade version of Super Mario Brothers and Pac-Man and all that sort of thing. But then you got stuff like this, which is a bit less well known. And then you got some of Namco's really obscure stuff, like Phozon, which is a game where you play an atom. Oh, piss. This is not going well. I'm getting excited talking about Arcade Archives. And the nice thing about them is that they're all like £6.50 or whatever they are, which is like pocket money prices. And there's sure to be some people out there who will be like, "Oh, this is way too much money for a retro game. It feels like a $5 game." But no, that's the perfect price point for me, because that is absolutely an impulse purchase price point. I literally had the thought, well, if I order a cup of coffee and a cake from Costa Coffee right now, that will cost more than one of those Arcade Archives games. And so I'll pick up an Arcade Archives game without any hesitation whatsoever. Because I have been known to purchase overpriced coffee in my time. So therefore, why shouldn't I purchase perfectly reasonably priced video games? Anyway, let's make this the last go, because I'm not sure I'm gonna match that high score run again. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's just... absolute concentration. Okay. It's going well. It's going well. It's going fine. Everything's fine. So that thing there, you see that flashes white there. Supposedly, if you shoot it just immediately after it flashes white, but before it completely assembles itself, you get like 50,000 points. I am yet to time that properly. Because one, you have all those enemies coming down the screen, and two, if you get caught in the parts that are sort of assembling themselves, then they will kill you as well. But if you want the really high scores, that's one of the things you're going to have to master in this game in the long term. But in the meantime, it's fun just to make your way through the levels and see how far you can get. Playing without any particularly special techniques. Extra life, thank you very much. Oh, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Onward to this awkward little stage and its awkward little enemies. Accompanied by the joyful, bouncy, but slightly repetitive "You've Got a Power Up" music. Alright, come on, I got this. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. Very nice. Onward to the next, if you please. Ooh. Yay! Oh, I missed a bonus. It's upsetting. All because of my hubris! Oh, oh no! It's fine. It's another chance to get the bonus. Look at it that way. Look at it that way. Just steer carefully through the hail of bullets. Shoot this thing because it blows up. No! Oh, that was close. Prioritize these things. Oh no! I'm going to say prioritize those things over the ground targets. Die! Oh, God. The tension, it's getting to me. Maybe the big bee. Whew. Right, not going too badly. Not doing too badly. Not doing great, but not doing too badly. Oh, ball sack. Alright, still got some lives. Still got some lives. Still got some lives. No more lives. No more lives. Oh, you're going very fast. There's an extra life. I'll take it. Alright, well, this is... Oh no, that was stupid. Stupid is what that was. What? What? I think I crashed into the thing before I destroyed it and revealed the power-up. Oh, that's upsetting. Never mind. I did beat my previous high score though, which is pleasing. Very pleasing indeed. So yeah, that is a cool game. I really like that game. It's a really fun shoot 'em up. Whatever mode you play it in, the original mode, the high score mode, the caravan mode, it works really well in all three of those modes. So yeah, I highly recommend it if you're in the mood for this particular type of shoot 'em up. And also if you like stuff like Star Soldier, Plutos, Warhawk, that kind of thing, worth playing this to see where it all originated. So yeah, firm thumbs up for this one. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.